A little bit of a quiet start to this video, but we're gonna go ahead and make this like a regular series. I've decided. Gonna edit my first week of filming right now. Start a new segment on my gaming channel too, which I think is gonna be fun. It's gonna be like weekly, whole dive into retro games every week. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'll tell you more details about that later. And just in general, this week I've been practicing going for a run in the morning so far, and it's been working out very interestingly. Took a page from David Goggins, very infamous, like, I don't know what you would call him, not influencer, okay, an influencer, but you know what I mean. And the idea behind it is I still do my morning workouts. You know, I've got my burpees, my push-ups, and my sit-ups that I do, my crunches, but I've gone ahead and added a mile run every morning, just because it's like, not, again, this is not for the fitness of it, but it's just like the idea of like, oh, man, okay, going on a run, literally first thing as you wake up, like 4 a.m. more or less is when I go on this run. So far, there's something going on here. You know, there's definitely, like, I think just energy-wise, it feels different. I feel lighter, and so the idea behind it is that just doing stuff that you don't want to do, doing stuff that feels like messed up like that, like practicing more and more of that, I think is always a good thing. But enough yapping. We're gonna get to our first order, and I'll keep you guys updated on how this week goes. This is my shout out to walking. So whenever you feel tired, whenever you feel stuck, whenever you feel bored, whenever you just don't feel 100%, it's the easiest thing you can do, in my opinion, to just kind of get this movement. I think there's something about just getting to a walk, especially if it's like early on in the day where it's like, I don't know what to do next. Well, just move. Action is always going to be better overall, I think, than just sitting around like a negative headspace or a unsure headspace. Just get some movement, get some action in. So now that we've gotten some walking in, I'm gonna actually sit down and try to film my series for my gaming channel. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I was talking about it a little bit in the last clip, but I think I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do it. But while I was walking around, I was listening to just some soundtracks from some games that I love, just to kind of get in there, I guess, the right headspace. And yeah, it all came to me really fast on how I want to do it, like the style of it. And I think I only got there because I just sat down. I only got there because I got up and just started walking around and just let, I don't know, like the blood flow and just let all the good thoughts come to me, if that makes sense. Walking, the Italians do it, so it must be good for you. They made pizza after all. We're gonna give this a shot, see if some driving recording works out. If not, I'll refilm what I'm saying here. Hoping that it's not too noisy, but we'll give it a whirl, see how it goes. So anyways, right now, we've made it to 130 for the day, which is pretty beast, honestly. It worked out perfectly because right now I have to take my wife to a appointment. So I'm really, really grateful that, like, money-wise, it's been really good for orders. And we also successfully filmed our first episode of our new gaming show. Again, I forgot what I said in the morning, so I was like half awake. But essentially, I'm playing a game every week. We're gonna try to beat it within that time frame, see what I think about it, give my thoughts. But the whole point is that I have no time for gaming, responsibilities, etc., etc. I don't want to explain myself here. It's for the videos for. And it went really well. I do have to film some actual gaming footage for it, of like me playing. But other than that, it's the actual talking points and all that, it's done. So real happy about that. It's been a productive day. When we're done with the appointment, I'm making a beat actually for my father-in-law. He's my also my coach, like my personal development coach, and he's got his own YouTube stuff. I'll link everything down below. I'm, you know, just do the YouTube plug thing. Gotta get used to that. But he asked for a beat in like it's like kind of like a West Coast, like E40, like DJ Mustard type of beat. And so he asked me a couple weeks ago, but life got in the way. That was my bad. And he just reminded me again today, and I was like, oh yes, I'm excited to do that actually. So we're gonna get that started. My wife could also use some more piano music for her YouTube channel stuff, so hopefully get that in this week as well. But my plan for that is I'm honestly just gonna record a couple of beats, just make a few, and then just see, I guess, like out of those, kind of treat them like, oops, missed my turn there. Multitasking, that's what we're doing. But yeah, I'm gonna record a couple of drafts and make a couple beats and just essentially send them over. I'm thinking like a good maybe 5 to 7. That would be like ideal, but whatever we can get away with. And then whichever ones that he digs, or if we just go back to the drawing board, whatever. But as soon as we get a couple of confirmed ones, those are the ones that I'll develop a little further and make them look nice. I think we could have a few though ready by Friday, before the weekend really starts and, you know, work starts to kick into high gear. But yeah, so far in terms of I think I usually would update this vlog series with what I've been listening to. I really vibed out to this ambient record. I'll try to put it up right here, but also this songwriter I found. I thought the album was okay, but there are 1 or 2 songs, her name is BC Maria, I think, that really resonated with me. Overall, I think there might be an album I come back to later on and like a lot more. But those 2 songs that I really did like, I really liked them. So I think I stumbled onto her through Reddit. I forget. But the ambient album was real cool. It's been that one's been on repeat while I've been driving around. And yeah, I'll see you guys after the appointment and all that other stuff is cleared. Might have lunch, I think, too. I'm gonna see how this goes without a microphone. I'm right here, right in front of my work car. So I do a lot of like app work, deliveries and stuff like that. I'm your Uber Eats guy, your Instacart guy. And right now, I want to make a video. It's pretty much 2 things. First of all, we're gonna get a car wash. This is like the dirtiest point that the car will be in terms of like, since the last time I cleaned it. So I wanted to show that off and just to show you what it looks like. But also to put on some seat covers. And I guess the quickest way to explain it would be like this. Here, let me twist the camera around. This is the greatest shame in my car at the moment, along with the silver medalist at the Shame Olympics right here. And so obviously, you know, I'm in here all the time for just work and stuff like that. And so this is like basically years worth of neglect that I'm currently working on. It's gonna go great, you know, watch the car transform, like watch how much better it's gonna feel in here. And so I would love to just go get everything fixed, you know, like the hole underneath my seat, I let it get bigger and bigger, now it's just there. And same with the seat, you know. And I think with the seat too, like that might be easier actually. I might my father-in-law had a good suggestion, just go see if anyone's like partying off a used one or whatever. So I think I'll look into that today too. But what was I gonna say? Oh, we're putting on seat covers because I'd like to start with what I got. Like right now, I would love to get that fixed or whatever, but I got to work with what I got. And so I'm not gonna ignore the problem. We're not sweeping it under the rug. It's still there. But I guess the logic behind it or whatever would be like I spend so much time in here, and I always hear that like your environment reflects your mental state, and I do think that's true for sure. But I think also you can think of it in the like reverse way. So you can actually choose to make your environment pleasurable, organized, peaceful. And I do think it does affect your thinking. Like it goes, well, yeah, like the other way, like I was saying. And so if you can fix up your environment where you spend like a lot of your time in, you fix how you start thinking about things, which will in turn lead to better thoughts, which will in turn lead to better actions. So that's like my logic behind the car seats. It's like, I know it's still there, I know the seats are still damaged, but why not make it more pleasurable? I spend so much time in here. I think it's going to seep, fancy word, into just me doing better things. And I'm gonna do the same with the car mats too. Hole's still gonna be there, but just having like a nice feeling of like, okay, like the mat's covering it, it's a weatherproof mat, I know the hole's still there, but I will have to wait till I can fix it. In the meantime, the car is going to be nice. And like I said, just it's gonna be magical in here, like over the next couple of weeks, how like nice, like I'm gonna make this like my sanctuary. And it's my car, I associate it with work. It's always been historically messy, even when it's like clean. Like I would usually leave my stuff just like scattered or whatever everywhere, but we're gonna fix that. So at the moment, we're off to the car wash. That's gonna be the first step. I'll even show you a little bit. You know, I've got like things thrown about. We have to organize. Put baking soda in the floor just to give it some real nice, like, let it absorb moisture. Let it absorb like all the nasty stuff, stuff that might have spilled, smells and things like that. And vacuum it all up. And once it's vacuumed, we're gonna fabric clean the seats. And we have 2 seat covers to put for the driver and the passenger. So at the very least, me and my wife will be riding in style, and we'll have to swap these bad boys out later. So come along. That's the freaking game plan out here, man. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here's some unsolicited advice, I know. So I was naturally blessed as a musician. That's like my natural talent. I want to make video games. That's what I've always wanted to do. Didn't think I have the talent for it, but we'll see. Some of the most profound art or whatever I've experienced has been from movies, like film. And I thought as a kid I was going to be an animator. Like I was into drawing. I'm still pretty solid at it. That's what I thought I was going to do. So all of this to say that it's good to be influenced by like a lot of things, you know. But if I could do it over again or whatever, I would just pick one thing, just because like it leads to a lot of indecisiveness and like exploring forever. You know, you don't have to really settle down and pick one path if you're trying all these different things. It's kind of like a trick. You think that you're being productive, that you're being curious, you know, expansive or whatever, but it just kind of leads to like not mastering, it leads to not mastering anything, and you just end up like becoming someone that never fully steps through any doors, if that makes sense. And so if I could do it all over again, I definitely would just pick the mastering one thing, one area. It's great. It's good to be influenced by various things. But I mean, hey, maybe that was part of my journey or whatever, right? That I had to like I guess be that type of person, and maybe it could lead to a lot of great stuff as I continue to get ahead or whatever, and more time opens up. I'll be some kind of like freaking, I don't know, artistic mastermind. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm Da Vinci, but if I could do it over again, I'd pick one thing. Just, it will work out better for you in the long run. I in my opinion, you know, and you'll, by mastering one thing, by focusing on one thing, you'll open up way more doors than trying to open up a bunch of doors by trying like a gazillion things. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I mean, point being, I'm on the way to the car wash. Point being, do your best to not stay curious forever, but at some point just be firm about deciding one path. And then if you decide it's not for you, then cool, you try a different path. Don't try like 17 different paths all at once, because it's just doesn't lead to great results in my opinion. Anyways, off to the car wash. Let's go. So my wife just sent me something fun on one of her videos. Someone wanted to see the end results of the car seat thing, so I will work very hard to figure out how to get this footage to that person. We'll see. But they also mentioned too, I figured I'd take advantage, that their hands get really greasy like after using lotion and sunscreen. So if they don't already know about it, working hands, this thing is a godsend. Like, there's definitely better moisturizers, I'm sure, for the hands, things that are stronger, but in terms of like, you can slap this on right away, it absorbs. I grip the steering wheel like a minute or two afterwards and it doesn't get greasy. I can wash my hands and stuff like that and it's not a mess. It's fantastic. You know, my hands, probably from touching so much damn cardboard, get all like dry and voodoo and stuff like that really easily. So like, yeah, I cannot recommend working hands enough. It's just like a general carry it with you moisturizer. It doesn't grease up stuff, and I don't think it'll grease up those car seats either. So try it out if you haven't already. Thank you for commenting on my wife's stuff. This part always makes me look a little like, you really have to trust the employees here. Like, it feels like you're not going to lock into the track. She said it, so into neutral we go. But every time I like pull in, I just like, I leave it to the people that work here, and it just works out perfectly. So a little bit later in the day, I'll give you the update right now. But here we go. Let's get our car wash on, get rid of this freaking, good times better, get rid of this baking soda too that's everywhere, vacuum up. We'll have to, I think, do all the car seat stuff tomorrow though, but I'll take you through the experience of the fun car wash. How about that? Cave Noir for the Game Boy is my current obsession. If you know, you know. The whole Game Boy library really, you know, is pretty fire. For some reason this mirror always gets knocked back. This is probably not very entertaining, so hold on, I'll see you in a second. Go. So much better. It was hard to vacuum and film, but I can certainly show you the after. One of the best feelings in the world is having your car freshly washed and vacuumed. If I look dark, my bad, you know, but I'm filming already, so why not? I'll keep going. But I challenged her there because I learned, or just had it emphasized, first of all, when these things happen, to always be grateful for them. Like, we tend to want to like be grateful for the good things that happen to us for good reason, because, you know, it's awesome. It's great when things go your way. But it's more so the things that don't go your way, the struggles that you have, your challenges, your failures. Being grateful for those, I think, takes a very different mindset, and it's a very rewarding approach to take these things, because like, it's awesome. You get to learn so much from it, and I think that's honestly what leads to like real development in yourself, is just being grateful and learning from when things don't go well, whether it was your fault or not. But anyways, mine's involved our dog, me and my wife's dog Penny. She needed her like her arm nail, her thumbnail basically cut, because it was really sharp, and it was digging into her, poor girl. But here's how I went into it. First of all, like, I was assuming, just because I've cut it in the past, that I like knew what I was doing and that I was going to be awesome, and I did go into it with full confidence. But she was definitely not vibing well with my energy, and so I should have straight up just raised up my vibe to begin with, and I should have also just approached my wife with a game plan beforehand, like, hey, like, how do you like it done? I'll be honest, like, I haven't done this in a while, so I think I do well like by doing it this way, but is that really how you like it? Is that good? There was no like, we just rushed into it, you know, and so there was no like strategy to it. And so the dog was mad, I was grouchy because it's just in the sun, the dog's pissed off at me, we're trying to figure this out, I'm trying to get it done fast. That should have been part of the pre-starting conversation, is like, hey, like, I still have work and stuff like that, so how long do you think it'll take? Instead, I walked in assuming it was going to be a quick half hour in and out. At the end of the day, we got one nail done, and the other one kind of like a little bit, not really though, and it took an hour plus. And so it's more so just like the mindset behind things, because it's like, okay, cool, we're going to regroup tomorrow and discuss the strategy for the nail. But that's the important part, is the conversation, is the learning. Because even if the solution ends up being like, hey, let's just go get it done professionally, I don't feel like dealing with this, you know, let's just find someone, have the nail cutting thing off our shoulders. It's about the approach and the teamwork. So this is going to come up with other situations in the future, so it's going to be like, so what are we going to do in those? And we decided that that's going to be our discussion for tomorrow, you know, fresh minds, fresh head space, basically, and just figure out how we're going to approach this, talk about maybe a little bit more about what happened. But all's cool, you know, we got what we needed from it for sure, so that was great, and had a whole like group meeting about it, discussed it. So we'll see what goes on tomorrow. Kind of works out, I would say, too, because then I get to update you on the car seat thing. I know this video, I guess this video like took a turn or whatever, like, but where was I? Oh, right. So I'm grateful for it, grateful how it went down. You know, obviously I have my, like, I tons that I learned from it, how I would have done it like now that I've learned from it, and how I'm gonna like do it now that I've learned from it. And it, I guess my punishment or whatever, like it ate into the day more or less. So now I'm here kind of playing a little bit of catch up, and that's why we're doing the car seats tomorrow. So that'll be the next thing I film in this video. We're gonna go ahead and fabric wash everything, like I said, real easy. And I'm gonna do that in the morning because my wife wants to go on a fun little date, and I'm like, yes please, I sure could use like a fun me and you time, that's for sure. So I suggested that we just take a little trip down to Brandy Melville. She likes to shop there. I have fun shopping with her. It's a good time. I'll do my best to get everything set up with the new car seats and everything before that. And I'll also like see if I can film our little adventure to Brandy Melville. I think it'll be fun. There you go. That's the game plan for the next part of this video. Okay, early morning. We're gonna go ahead and before the Sam's Club order, spray these guys down. So I don't really have a strong preference for upholstery cleaner or whatever. I'm gonna use this one. Personally, I think if you really want to clean your seats, your best move is going to be to use like a wet dry vacuum. That's just my thoughts. So get in here a little bit more. If you're going to just use one of these, like just get a decent one. I mean, you're kind of like, it's not a band-aid solution, but this is just kind of like more for upkeep. So any of them will do. Just don't be picky, I guess is what I'm saying. So we're gonna scrub them down, leave them soaking in, pat them dry after our order, and hopefully by the time we're done shopping, they'll be dry and we'll be able to toss the car seats on there and you'll be able to see what that looks like. Well, bam! So there we go. Looking pretty snazzy, actually. I'm a big fan. I've got to make some other adjustments and stuff. I kind of set these up a little quick, only because I got a really good order, so I can't lag it too long here. But really easy to install. Take a look at the box over here. Hold on. Watch my feet. But yeah, straight up from Walmart. I mean, pretty good. Carbon fiber. Women owned. We love to support the troops, so that's always good stuff. I'm surprised. One of them though was like, one of the headset ones was like this material, and the other one was just straight up leather. This is a little interesting, so I don't know. I'll probably ask my wife which one she prefers, but I'm a big fan. For like 35 bucks or whatever it was, this was a really solid buy. And it's me wearing a Betty Boop shirt today. Let's get to our order before our adventure. Okay, I should have been filming this earlier, but how do you make beats for a personal development channel in like a very West Coast E40 whatever type of way? So you fucking bust some push-ups while listening to it and see if it hits. Yeah. Oh my god. I think we're getting somewhere. What is it? You're counting for them, sweet cheeks? Gonna go shit. What side are they on? She wants to go out, but she doesn't have to.